I'm Haley Taylor, and you're listening to the Rough Draft Diaries. Last week on the Rough Draft Diaries, we started a story on barbershops. Hanging out in this shop in East Toledo, learning that this space is a place of fellowship and community. We also learned that the barbershop could be a place for health advocates, as we talked to Robin Charney, who works for Promedica's Cancer Institute. She's set up health initiatives throughout barbershops in the community, catering specifically to African American men, a group that often pulls the highest numbers in regards to health issues like high blood pressure or even prostate cancer. Today, as we head into a different barbershop, we're going to see another side to the art of barbering.
I look at the head as a canvas, so I'm able to, create and also produce whatever the client would ask for, and sometimes the client leans on me just to be, creative, just do what you want to do, T, and I would absolutely say it's art. And, when my client is able to express themselves through their hair, you know what I mean? So I think that's art as well.
T stands for Tawan. That's Tawan Gaston, the owner of Groomed. And all the other barbers in the shop followed T's lead, believing cutting hair is an art form.
Like when I see somebody, I look at their canvas first, and from that point on, I pretty know what I'm going to do to the head. You know what I'm saying? As far as ball fade, taper, or whatever the client desires.
When it comes to when you perfecting your craft, like me, I love art. I know how to draw real good, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to perfecting your craft with barbering, perfecting your lines and getting everybody intact with that, because I can do everything, designs, anything you can think of I can do. So when it comes to cutting hair, it's fun to me because it's art, and I love art. So
if these men consider themselves artists and that their haircuts are pieces of art, the natural response would be to display this art where art is normally seen, in a museum. At least that's what Emily thinks.
My name is Emily Numbers. I am a community member, and I'm the president of Circle at the Toledo Museum of Art, which is the museum's group dedicated to inclusive and innovative programming to engage new audiences.
Audiences like the individuals who would enter into a barbershop. People who maybe wouldn't think the hair on their head could be on display at the Toledo Museum of Art. But Emily and the Circle made those connections in partnership with a previously mentioned Robin Charney, who is already working within the barbershops on those health initiatives.
So we sat down and talked about this idea to showcase the work that barbers in our community are doing as men's health advocates, as leaders, and as artists.
The event is called Art of the Cut, which I went to over the weekend. And it was quite the production. It was presented on the Peristyle Stage, with the barbers cutting their clients' hair in different styles, with three main categories: cuts of the past, the present, and the future. After each round of cuts, the audience could interact with the barbers on stage or throughout the Peristyle.
Again, we welcome you guys. You can walk on stage, you can walk around, it's interactive. You do not have to sit in the seats. There's food and drinks out in the lobby, but you guys move around, have fun.
I got to move around and chat to some of the audience members who were taking in this event. It was quite the diverse bunch. One man, who had just been on stage getting his haircut, was in the lobby chatting to a friend and fellow client of the barbershop where he gets his haircut, Fletcher's.
Oh yeah, I've been going there for 12 years. I love it. Good experience. They take care of you and
right,
man.
Exactly.
Talk with them
and as well as I never met him, but commonality is in haircuts. Hey, that's a nice looking haircut, man. Thank you, sir.
I gained
so it's a place where you go, you can open the door for somebody. Different races, different backgrounds. You can talk about anything at the barbershop, especially of the black barbershops. That you definitely got that feeling.
Going in, there's a white boy
he's a white boy coming in, feels comfortable. Yeah, bring him in. Look, his name is Wes, but it's white chocolate today.
It's a melting pot.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, so.
After that, I then ran into a whole family with a very excited 13-year-old girl.
I don't know, it just I'm really intrigued on hair art. I think it's really, really neat, and I just really like art in general. I like all kinds of art.
I then met up with a father and son. It was the son's birthday, and they were celebrating by going to Art of the Cut, where they could see men and men's hair that looked like them right on the stage.
For me, as a black man, it makes me feel good. You know what I mean? That they're celebrating our culture, and this is a major thing in the inner city communities, the barbershops. I mean, you get lifted up, so everything happens at the barbershop. You know what I mean? So it's just wonderful to see that. Then to have friends involved in it and being, being able to be recognized for their hard work is wonderful.
We're running out of time on this episode, and I have to admit it's always difficult to capture a full event in one short soundbite. But for me, this event, Art of the Cut, and every individual who worked on it, captured what community really means and can look like here in Toledo. It's about creating a space where individuals from different backgrounds, organizations, walks of life work together to support each other by reaching out, listening, assisting, and ultimately celebrating one another. If that sounds too saccharine for this episode of the Rough Draft Diaries, maybe I've described the barbershops and this event poorly, because this optimism, this sentimentality, seemed to suit Toledo really well, almost something the community needed. Like a new haircut, to make yourself feel new and fresh. And how could you not want that? For now, I'm Haley Taylor, and thanks for listening to this episode of the Rough Draft Diaries.